Hi, Brave family. How's everybody doing? I'm Jen. I'm the executive director and co-founder of This Is My Brave. Thanks so much for hopping on to our slow flow with Kasey. Hi, Graham. Hi, Laura. Hey, guys. I have my mat set up out here. So if you want to grab your mat, hi, Case. Kasey's going to be hopping on in a second here. And hi, Alana. Hi, guys. Thanks so much for joining. I'm going to go live with Kasey here. So good to have you guys with us for Slow Flow. It's a nice day here in Ashburn. Hi, Case.
Hi.
How you doing?
Oh, you know.
I have I got my hoodie on today because it's chilly
Hi.
out here, and I have my Depressed Cake Shop
Ooh, that's cute.
tank on. So it's a
Cute.
tank though, so I've got my hoodie over top. Okay, so we've got some friends joining. Thank you guys so much for hopping on. I'm gonna test my setup here.
Hi, Jill. My friend Jill is on.
Awesome.
So fun to see.
And I've got my pillow close by, Case.
Oh,
So
good. Okay. I have one. I don't think you'll need one, but I was going to show a few ways to use one.
okay, is this a good distance or should I be a little closer?
I think you're good. I might come up a little bit closer when we do the breathing,
Okay.
because you're to let people see the actual placement. I might have to do one of those like really close-ups, but that's okay. But
Okay.
yeah, I'm gonna wait a little bit to see people join. Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever you think. You're a little closer than I am. I don't know how many folks we have on right now, but I'm so excited for everyone to be here with us. And we're going to do some awesome exercises to just unwind and take a moment to be in the moment, right?
Yes. I was gonna go over a breathing technique to help reduce anxiety, which I'm sure a lot of us can benefit from.
Mhm.
um,
Mhm.
I'm also going to do a few poses. You know, Jen, a lot of the things I hear a lot when people talk to me about yoga is that they don't feel flexible enough.
Mhm.
And what I'm going to go over is a little flow you can either do before bed, like before you go to bed after a really like challenging day.
Mhm.
You can also do these that you can wake up like and do these. They can actually like begin to, because you know how sometimes we always wake up and sometimes we're like, I just need a little bit more sleep, you know.
Mhm.
And a lot of them are going to be on the ground.
Okay.
Not typical of like how you and I usually do our flows, but these are some that I just want people to have that are just some really good postures to help in that way.
Okay.
Is that good with you? Do you like that
That
idea?
sounds great. That sounds great.
Okay.
And I think let's see. It's about 2:04.
Yep. And I have a time. I have a clock this time, so I'll be aware.
Okay.
Um, okay. So first things first, you can have a pillow, or you don't necessarily have to have a pillow. But I also wanted people to see like regular props from their house if they don't have like yoga things.
Mhm.
Um, this is my pillow,
Okay.
and I fold it in half if that's doable, and then I just place it underneath to sit because it's an elevation of your hips.
Okay.
Which is good. That's a thick one, so you don't really have to fold it in half. But so any type of pillow, and you want a little bit, so your hips can be a little bit elevated up.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, and so and again, a lot of this stuff, Jen, I'm saying you can do directly like in your bed.
Mhm.
If that's some of the flow we're going to do today. Um, Jen recommended this breathing because she loved it when she was in a class. So it's called Nadi Shodhana. I never pronounced any of this stuff correctly, but that's what the actual yogic term of it is. It means clearing channels of circulation.
Okay.
And it's a subtle energy clearing. So it's for those moments when you get really, really anxious, to kind of bring you back to a state of like an even kill state. So what you do is the left hand just lays on top of the left thigh.
Mm-hmm.
I always kind of have my palm up in the receiving posture, especially during this time, because I can receive any type of good energy
Mm-hmm.
right now. And then the left hand is going to be like this. So your finger,
So wait, question. So right hand is going to be receiving our energy. Okay.
right hand's receiving just love, energy, anything positive we can conjure. Then the left, yeah. So then left hand will be up. So I'm mirroring, which I never
Yeah,
really.
that's
So
okay.
then your thumb and your ring finger are going to do this. Okay.
Okay.
And the thumb is going to be closing a nostril and the ring finger will be closing a nostril. Okay. So
Yes.
alternate nostril breathing. So everyone take in a deep inhale, exhale it out. Now you're going to take your thumb and place it on the left nostril. You're going to inhale through the right nostril. Hold at the top of the breath, place the ring finger on the nostril that you breathed in. Release the air out of the opposite nostril. Good. Now you're going to breathe in through that left nostril, if that's the side you're on, or right. Once you're at the top of the breath, the thumb will then place onto that nostril. And then the left, you'll extend the air out of the opposite nostril and the ring finger will come off. Breathing back in through that nostril. Holding at the top, placing the ring finger there. Releasing the thumb and letting the breath come out the opposite way. Breathing back in through that nostril. Thumb goes to the nose, presses down, releasing the ring finger. Breathe out the opposite nostril. One more time. Let's inhale through that nose, that nostril. Inhale. Ring finger comes to the nose, place it there. Thumb releases, exhale out the opposite nostril. And now just bring the hand to the thigh, receiving, so palm up, close the eyes. And just be aware of the shift. Now take a deep breath in through both nostrils. Open the mouth and sigh. Okay, you can open your eyes. So the whole point of it is the two fingers, and then you're breathing in through one nostril and you're releasing the air out the other nostril.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it's a very cleansing, so back and forth. And it also brings you the awareness of how much you actually can inhale.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times I think people are really surprised at how long they can inhale for. And it's the consciousness of that. And it's also balancing out instead of like your rapid,
Yes.
when we're anxious, it's just balancing it out. And then I think too, just the hand gestures, or like you're thinking about something
Mm-hmm.
other than what you're anxious about. One thing, don't become anxious if you're doing it right or wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So do the very best you can. The point of it is breathe in one, out the other, breathe back in that one, out the other.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So
It's so relaxing, Kasey, when we go through that. I just felt like I felt a complete shift in my energy. And I think it's something to have in your back pocket to remember, right? And when we go through with, we talked before this live about, as moms, we're juggling homeschooling, we're juggling, you know, meals, we're juggling cleaning up and trying to work at the same time, and it's a lot. So being able
go ahead.
just being able to sit and take however long that took us, like 3 minutes or so,
Yeah.
4 minutes,
Yeah,
makes a difference.
5 to 10 breaths, 5 to 10 cycles of a breath, which is an inhale and an exhale. And you know, we had discussed this right before. Is I've been waking up, and every day is the exact same, and there's a very like, I guess, like a very like stale, stagnant energy. But like the consistency is my emotions are like on fire. They're happy. Oh God, I experienced happiness during this. What? And then there's like joy, and then there's like sadness, and then there's anger, and it's like all. And I'm like this, you know. So, and we were discussing how this is the 20 quick minutes is very beneficial. But I know you and I discussed, like, I've had I have therapy through my therapist on my phone, and then you were mentioning how helpful it is for you to be connected to.
I use BetterHelp, and they have an offer for our viewers, which is just typing in "This is my Brave" as a promo code at checkout. You can get a month of free therapy, and it's such a great resource to tap into if you've never tried online therapy. We're all in this boat of being home and the social distancing and the stay at home, you know, things that we have to follow, guidelines we're following right now. And to be able to talk to someone who's outside your immediate family, that, you know, is an unbiased opinion, to talk about any kind of life struggle. So for me, I think it's just an amazing resource, and we're so excited to offer it to our followers. So betterhelp.com/this is my brave if you guys want to check it out. But let's get back into the flow, Case.
So back into the flow. So it's very helpful, and I hope a lot of people will begin to use it. So what we're going to do, again, like I said, quick flow. We have about 15 minutes ish, or no, like let's do 10. So 10. So Jen, you come into the middle of your mat.
Okay.
And just imagine as if we are actually doing this on our bed, because it's really this simple. So you'll be in the middle, and just say you've had just one of those days where you've like yelled at your kids or whomever, your dog, like whatever you were in the closest contact with, and you're just exhausted. So one thing that I do is I get into my bed, and I will like just go onto your back and bring your knees into your chest. And there is something about this posture that, and I know this might sound cheesy, but I think we all kind of need this, is there's a sacredness to being able to kind of like give yourself a hug. So I hug in the knees and as close as you can get them. And then I even bring the forehead up as close as I can to my knees. And again, the distance, it doesn't matter how flexible you think you are. The point of it is that you want to contain yourself and give yourself a hug and close the eyes and just take a deep inhale and a deep exhale. And just, you have done the very best you can, you know? And that's amazing, right? So then you lower it down and get the knees and let the knees fall over to the right.
Okay.
And you're going to extend your arms to a T. And then the gaze is going to go to the left. Yep. So then now we're feeling right at the base of the spine, Jen, and I'm using you more. I'm going to talk to you and walk you through it. I'm using you more as an example here. So you take a deep inhale in, deep inhale. Open up the mouth and just sigh it out. Do 3 of those. So deep inhale. Open up, sigh. Deep inhale. Sigh. And then just breathe normally and lay still for a moment or two. Now bring the knees back up through to your center.
I have to say, for anyone who's also practicing with us outside, it's so nice to look up and see the clouds.
Totally. I think I'm going to do that next week. So then now let the knees fall to the left. Gaze will be to your right. Same thing. We're going to take 4 deep inhalations and sighs. So it's the sigh is just, and with every sigh, just imagine anything that throughout the day, you're just releasing it. 3 more. 2 more. Last one, breathe in. Bring the knees back through to your center. And then just rock yourself back up. And you'll know this, Jen, and I do this in my bed a lot. So it's pigeon. So you're going to take the right, but I want to explain it to everybody. So you're going to take the right knee and you're going to bring the left leg back behind. Now, the distance of this front leg is up to you. And this is a very, it's a very relaxing posture, but it can also be a bit frustrating because people usually don't know how to get in it as easily.
I know. I don't even know if I know how to. I mean, I do it in class.
But you can do this in the bed, and so you can lift up through the chest, and you can either be tented on the fingertips, lift up through your heart, let your head fall back, and then take a full breath in and a full breath out. And now lower yourself onto your forearms, Jen, like right in front. Yeah, forearms.
Yeah, I can't go all the way down. A lot of the people in my classes all go. Right. I can only really get here, and that's okay.
That's perfectly fine. That's why I have the pillow, and I'm going to walk people through. And what you're going to do is close your eyes and take breaths. Mm-hmm. With the pillow that I showed everybody, there's 2 places. You can also have 2 pillows, but you can also put them in separate places. Right underneath that hip right there, you place it, and you can put a pillow there, and it can help alleviate any stress in the hip area.
Mm-hmm. I usually do a block to help. Yeah.
Yep. And then another one is like what Jen just said. She can't lay all the way down. Mm-hmm. You can put a pillow right underneath the chest and then allow your arms to lay down. You can turn your head to one direction or the other where you feel more comfortable. And the point here is, again, deep, close your eyes, and it's those deep inhalations and open mouth sighs. So you're literally allowing the energy to flow from the body, moving it. Good, Jen. 2 more breaths. 1 more. And you just slowly begin to rise up, lifting up through your heart, pressing up, and then going to the opposite side. So that left leg will come forward, the right leg, or opposite, wherever you were. Mm-hmm. Whichever one you were on. And then you always, in this posture, it's just something I prefer to teach, is you always take a moment to lift up through the heart, even a moment of gratitude, and then lower yourself down, finding the props where you need them, either at your chest or back behind the hip and the thigh area, and then resting and doing 3 deep breaths here. And slowly lift up through the chest, rise up, shine the heart again. And slowly begin to make your way forward just into a seated posture, Jen. And I think I have, 1 minute here. And here's how you end the day. Jen, you actually might want to grab that pillow. Okay. What we're going to do is we're going to do a take. If you're in your bed, this is like what I'd love to do. You get the pillow, place it underneath your seat, and you're going to lay back carefully onto the back. Okay. And lift the legs up towards the ceiling. Or, in your case, the sky. So, the point is to have the hips elevated and a slight bend in your knees, and then just lie the arms open in a T form and close the eyes. And then it's again that slow, deep breathing. And it's a tape on legs of the wall, but there's no wall, but you can still just feel the energy flowing the opposite direction if you've been standing or.
Yes. Sitting all day at a computer.
Yep. And then the deeper the inhalations and the deeper the sighs, the louder the sighs, you just let them out. Now, and just bring the knees into your chest. Another hug, because God knows we need them. And press yourself up. And then come back to that like easy pose, crisscross, kind of how we began, sitting up. And just bring your hands to prayer at your heart center and close your eyes. And take in just a deep breath through your nose and out the mouth. And as best as we possibly can, you know, a lot of times in class, at the end of class, we say namaste, which the light in me sees the light in you. And that's so true. But at the end of the day or the beginning of the day, it's almost just like an internal prayer to yourself saying, listen, we're going to do the best we can today.
Yes.
Or we did the best we could today.
Yep.
You know, and it's just a sacred moment to just say,
let it go.
The best you can.
Yep. Did the best we can. I love it.
Very best we can. No one's done this before, so we don't know how to quarantine. We're doing the best we can.
Mm-hmm.
It's also something if you don't, you know, you can incorporate children, but definitely if you need that break, it's like a 20-minute time by yourself in your room, mm-hmm. right in the morning or right at the end of the day, you know, just to give yourself that extra bit of love that you may not be receiving in other ways that we usually do, you know, with the being with one another and being able to give a hug or a, mm-hmm. you know, meet with your girlfriends or whomever, your support groups. So.
Yep. So should we say namaste?
We should. Bring your hands to prayer and then bring your thumbs to your third eye point, the point right in between your intuition, and a moment of gratitude for everything that This Is My Brave has done for every single individual that it's crossed its paths, and to Jen and to every single person out there fighting for us and allowing us to feel safe. Let's take a moment of gratitude for every single miracle worker, including ourselves. And we bow and say namaste.
Namaste. Thank you so much, Kasey. And
thank you.
I want everyone to know too that we were recording, so I should have probably said that at the top, but we're recording and we're going to share this on our YouTube channel because we want everyone to have access to, if they came in halfway, to be able to watch it again from the beginning and really get that moment of calm and breathing with us from the beginning. So thank you all for joining. Thank you, Kasey, for guiding us and being our teacher today. And we'll see you again next Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern.
Awesome. Thanks, Jen, so much. Have a good day.
Thanks, Kasey, too.
Bye.
Bye.